on 2nd and 15 now. Prescott.
Oh, that guy shouldn't have knocked out right
now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Got a man. It's Mims. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground. Loses the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Running with Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Steps away. He may try and run for this. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have...
I have something left to say, yo.
Quarterbacks, when they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention. Because
and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 17 yards out, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Steps away to his left. Murray with a nice move. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket. Got to the...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Touchdown. Kyler Murray with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
They're on the 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Josh Allen in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
25 yards.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Ball carrier.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 9 yards.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. He was trying to keep his eye. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, but he will not make the 1st down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. play action. Prescott. And throw right side complete to Parker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Kyler Murray
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead
and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early.
Turn off.
And found him for a touchdown.
Marr now to have the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Dan, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appeared. It's almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Here comes Nelson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Nelson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
6-yard pickup. Brings
the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 14 that time, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
For the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
1st and 10. At their own 1.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In his own end zone, it's Brady. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Back near his goal line, here's Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Today's
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Where were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.